Hi, welcome to Inspired by Pinterest. I'm Allred, and I am here to share some fun ideas with you. Each week, I browse around Pinterest and different pin boards looking for crafty ideas by people like you, and hopefully I get inspired to try them out, bring them to life. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about cake stands. And I was more inspired by someone rather than something. I have a darling Graham that's turning 90 years old in March, and I'm super excited because I'm in charge of her party. So I thought, what better excuse than to create a whole segment about how to create these fun, colorful cake stands that I can then use at her birthday party. So I love that woman, and I'm very excited to celebrate her 90th birthday. So first, I'd like to share 4 pins off of my pin board that really inspired me. I love these. I drool over them all the time. And the first one's actually a dish soap cake stand. And it was created by Natalie Wright from natalme.com. And remember, you can always go to my blog to find the links and references to any of the pins I show on the show today. So I just thought that turned out really cute, and she said that it's become one of her most popular posts on her blog. Another fun one was a cake tiered stand that Julie created from joyshop.com. She said to be warned because before you know it, you'll be creating many, many, many of these cake stands. And I have to agree with her. I couldn't stop because I fell in love with one color and thought, oh, how cute it would be if I did a green or a pink one. And I really couldn't stop. Asked my husband. I had them all laid out in our garage, spray painting them for a couple of days. So another pin that actually walked through the steps and gave some great pointers is actually in a different language, but I want to give credit to this great blog. I can't even say the name of the blog, but you can go to my blog to find out the link, but I'll show you the image of this, and she shows you how she created them, and we'll talk about that a little bit. But then I want to give credit to a really cute friend of mine. Her name's Bree. Her blog is Vintage 53, and not only was I excited to find that it was one of the pins on Pinboard, but I gave her a call and asked her if I could borrow it. So it's this really cute stand that she created, this kind of a candy dish or tiered bowls, which I thought was really cute. And she told me she just went to an antique store near her home, purchased these candlesticks. This part right here is just the candlestick. And then she just bought some inexpensive metal bowls, glued them together, and then spray and painted them the color she wanted. And they're even starting to chip a little bit, but I love the look of this. And she uses it to throw her car keys in and tchotchkes, and I thought that was worthy of sharing on the show today. And I have to give a big shout out to Bria, and I appreciate that. So how did I do these? It's very simple. You go to a thrift store. Now, we have one near our home, a couple actually, that I really enjoy, and find anything that works. Plates, actual glass plates work great. These are those, I don't even know, plastic plates. I picked them up for an average that looks like 75 cents to $1. This I thought was fun. I hadn't thought of this until I was thrifting and found these are those, what would you call these? The oven covers, like they go over the burners on your oven, this lovely snowman one. And that's actually what I did to create this one. So just keep in mind the different ways that you can use them in the different sizes. And then I also picked up some different stands. You'll notice on some of my cake stands here, I'm using kind of a margarita glass of sorts and gluing those together. Here's a beautiful one here, an ice cream stand. So you just kind of stage them out, figure out what you think looks cute. Like that might be a really cute mix. You might want to try out something a little different so you have different heights. I thought this one would be fun like this, maybe take it up a notch and go another layer. You can have a lot of fun. It's addictive. Pretty soon you're going to have these stands all over. And this plate I picked up at Hobby Lobby. I don't even know that I would spray paint that. It was so cute. But if you're going to spray paint it, go all the way. So that was a fun idea there. And remember, candlesticks, I picked up some on these colored candy dishes. They were metal candlesticks and just glued them. And you're asking, how do we glue them together? E6000 is my glue of choice, and this is a very well used and loved. I will tell you it's a very stinky glue, so use it in a very well ventilated area. And you're just going to put it, here, let's put one together for fun. And I don't even care about the price tags because we're going to spray paint over them. And just run that glue. Now the other bad thing about this glue is it is thick. It doesn't come out when you want it, and then it keeps coming when you don't. So just make sure you put a nice ring around that. And once you've done that, and I'm also not very good, I'd probably mark your center point before you glue, but if you look real close at some of mine, I'm sure they're not centered. And then do the same thing along this part of the glass. Let that cure for about 24 hours. Learn it from me that you want to make sure it's cured. And then just let it dry. Once that's done, you're going to get it ready to spray paint away. A couple of coats. I really like the Rust-Oleum 2-coat spray paint. They have some great colors, and I think they turn out really beautifully. So, you know, you're going to be addicted, and pretty soon everyone is going to be making these, and you're going to thank me for it later, or curse me, either way. But thanks for joining me today, and be sure to join me next week. We're going to talk about some fun kid crafts, and I've got a couple of special guests that are going to join me. Thanks for joining me.